Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Free Mart call. My name is John Austin. I'm the founder of Free Mart, and I have Brad Hill with me, our product specialist. We get to tell you about the greatest free business in the world today. First of all, our products are changing people's lives, and it's not just a select few who are getting results. Almost everyone who tries our products is raving about the results they're getting. One of the most incredible parts of Free Mart is that our membership is absolutely free. No tricks, no gimmicks. A very simple application can be filled out online. It might take you 2 to 3 minutes. We only ask for your name, address, email address, and phone number. And with completion of your application, you're given a free website, including an e-commerce store that accepts all major credit cards with no charge to you. You also get a free back office that is second to none, and which does all of your accounting for you. There's no cash outlay, no employees, no insurance, no overhead, no utility bills, none of the stress of owning your own business. But at the same time, you get all of the tax benefits. And in fact, there's over 75 tax deductions that you're not eligible for unless you're self-employed. And why would you want to leave that money sitting on the table? Folks, this is easier than running a lemonade stand. You don't have to buy any inventory. You don't have to stock any products. You don't even have to purchase a product unless you want to. And the ironic thing is that our products are so awesome that people are purchasing them even though they don't have to. You'll never have to go on auto ship. In fact, Free Mart has no auto shipments. We don't keep your credit card on file. The only time you'll ever use your credit card is if you go and make a manual purchase online. And you won't even do that unless you want to, and it'll be done over a secure server. You can also call into our customer service to place orders as well. But it's really simple, folks. If you refer someone to this conference call or to your website, if they ever make a purchase, Free Mart will ship the products directly to them, send you a share in the company profits. We share up to 90% of our profits with our members, and our profit sharing plan is so good that when we compared it against several of the top MLM companies today, we outpaid them by a margin of 4 to 8 times based upon the same number of members and the same volume of products being purchased. I was just looking at comparing one the other day. Quite a popular one, and they have 10 pay through. No, they only pay through 7 levels. Okay, we pay through 9, and when I compared their first 7 levels with our 7 levels, pretty close, pretty even. They outpaid us just a little bit in the first 7 levels, but on levels 8 and 9, we way outpaid them by a margin of way more than 4 times, I can assure you that. Anyway, you may ask why Free Mart is doing this. Why do we give people a free business and allow them to share in company profits? Folks, it's really quite simple. We've been in sales and marketing for over half a century. We realize that most people have to see a product at least 7 times before they make a purchase. So we knew that we either had to spend millions of dollars on advertising or create a new business model. And when you take away the cost of becoming a member, get rid of all the gotchas that other companies have, you do have a new business model that will send shockwaves into the home-based business industry that will be felt around the world. Bottom line, our main focus at Free Mart is to help our members enjoy a better quality of life. That can include better health. It could also include a bigger bank account and perhaps another stream of income that will continue to flow long after you decide to retire. So, Brad, why don't you share with the folks here today what attracted you to Free Mart?
Well, of course, the attraction was the industry first, but because me and you both, we've been in the nutritional field for a long time, you 50 years, me 30 years. And so we've seen various business models, we've seen various approaches, and most of them always include a lot of upfront monies, investments, and so on. But what attracted me here, of course, knowing you and knowing the heart behind the mission and the vision for Free Mart is really the first attraction. But as I got involved and as I came in here, right in the middle of seemingly a lot of different things going on, but I was able to help in this capacity. And then as I began to use the products that was already in place, and then you watch the changes that happen in your body. then as I started referring them to other people, watching the changes that are happening in their body and what's going on in their life. And so the attraction is very much, it's very simple. We have a passion and a dream of our own just daily, in this regimen, this health regimen, to take nutrition every day, to feed the body cellularly what we need. We need foundational nutrition. We need ways to alkalize our body. We need ways to mineralize our body. And, there's a lot of products out there in the world today that have, they have a lot of minerals in them, they have a lot of vitamins in them, and so forth. But what we want to do, and I don't have anything against those because I've used them for many years, and some of those products are very good. But really the application of some of the minerals that we have now, the convenience, the high absorption rate, getting into the bloodstream with these minerals without being altered by stomach acid is very important. And so now we see the simplicity of getting minerals in our system through our nanoparticle products. And so I'm very excited to be here because daily, I talk to people daily, and we hear the testimonials from various, lifestyles and different people. They're doing all different jobs in life and everything, but I'm hearing these stories across the board, and really, folks, I want you to remember your testimonial is incredibly motivating. Your testimonial is in truth, okay? There's no need for any of us to lie. There's no need for any of us to over-promote a product because the product ingredients do deliver the results. They will deliver. But your testimonial is incredibly important. And it inspires me every day more and more. Even after 30 years, it's like, I'm a kid in a toy shop when I get to hear testimonials of life-changing things going on in your bodies and in your life. But the products that we have now, the silver, the magnesium, the gold, the copper, these minerals are, just four directly functional minerals that do so many things in our body. So what we have is a great comprehension or a great comprehensive foundational approach to deficiency. A comprehensive foundational approach to deficiency. And so when we talk about silver, being a natural antibiotic, killing over 650 viral bacteria on contact, 200 parts per million, that type of a product, that size of nanoparticles, that far outshines any silver solution or colloidal silver product on the market today. We used to have to sell so many more bottles, big bottles, quart bottles of silver to even come close to the amount of silver you get in 1 2-ounce bottle now. So the value that we get here with silver and all these nanoparticles in 2-ounce bottles are very, very extreme. We also have magnesium. Now, magnesium is very essential, to all of our lives. It's found in every cell, and it's involved in every physiological process we rely on to live. It works in partnership with calcium and in many other physiological functions, including nervous and cardiovascular processes and bone building. The heart especially, it's a muscle, and regulation of the electrical and muscular functions of the heart depend upon magnesium. So, magnesium is very essential for preventing heart disease. This is not a secret. It is well known. We have to have it. The nation's #1 killer is heart disease, so let's not be a statistic, folks. Let's really deter that from happening. Within the last 50 years, that's as long as I've been alive, research really has shown that approximately 8 million people have died directly from a lack of magnesium alone. 8 million people since I've been on Earth, which seems like a blink of an eye, 8 million have died because of the lack of this one item. Okay, so let's make sure we got our magnesium in us every day, okay? Now, gold right now, our nanoparticle gold, if you're having symptoms of like mental fog, if you have sleep disorders, maybe you have drug and alcohol addiction you just cannot seem to overcome, arthritis, other joint inflammation problems maybe could be very linked to a gold deficiency. Hypertension, blood pressure, muscle tension, tightness, irregular heart rhythms or arrhythmia, decreased libido, hormone imbalance, PMS, hot flashes, that type of thing, night sweats. You need to make sure you get your gold in you every day. Gold is one of our highest, it is the highest electrical conductive mineral that we have known to man. And so it's very important we get this in us. It's very relative to our intelligence and our brain function. It's one of as far as conducting electricity, and since our bodies are literally run on electricity, adding this electrolyte mineral to your health regimen, it's going to increase nerve communication and function throughout the body as well as in the brain. Lack of this mineral could lead, obviously, to reduced IQ, mental fog, forgetfulness, and other brain disorders, including addictions and depression, like I mentioned before. Talk about copper just for a second here. Copper cannot be produced. It can't be produced within the body itself, and hence it needs to be sourced from external food sources or supplementation to get the benefits of copper. So if you're suffering, inflammation problems, you might have a deficiency in copper. Copper actually protects our skeletal and nervous and cardiovascular system as well. Deals directly with pigmentation of the hair and the eyes. It's necessary for the proper synthesis of hemoglobin, myelin, elastin, and collagen. Copper is a very strong antioxidant, which it works in the presence of an antioxidant enzyme, superoxide dismutase. Okay, so there's other ingredients in one of our other products that is high in this enzyme as well. Copper is an important constituent of energy production. Copper has been shown to reduce bad cholesterol and increase beneficial cholesterol. So having that mineral in us every day is it's a common sense mineral we got to have in us. So with those four minerals right there, you're in the foundation, helping your body have potential. Reaching that potential of optimal function. Why do we take minerals? Minerals, these are the electrolytes of life. So they're very essential for carrying oxygen, carrying nutrients. And really it's an alarming fact, folks, that the fruits and vegetables, grains now being raised on millions of acres of land, and we've spoken of this before, they no longer contain enough of the certain needed minerals. And the foods are starving us no matter how much of them that we eat. Okay, so, it's really bad news, to learn from our leading authorities that 99% of the American people are deficient in these minerals, and that a marked deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually results in disease. So this is a document. Some of these notes I read from because of, I'm not the mastermind. I can't memorize a phone book, so I have notes here. And this is a Senate document mentioning some of these things concerning mineral deficiency. And this is why it's so important we get these in our bodies every day. They know this, and they're leaving it to you to protect yourself. And so your education, your knowledge, your information on what we need to do, even a minimal amount of what we need to do to prevent some of these things. It's all in the documentation. It's all in the studies. And so the body requires these things daily. So it's really the vitamins that we take in as well. Vitamin nutrients. The vitamins, it's not really realized that vitamins are controlled by they control the appropriation of minerals. So without minerals, vitamins really don't have a huge function. In the absence of minerals, they have really no function, according to some, research. According to some of the research studies, they are not really doing anything in the body without the presence of mineralization. So lacking vitamins, the system can make some use of minerals, but lacking minerals, vitamins are virtually useless. The truth is that our foods, they vary enormously in value, and some of them aren't even worth eating as food, and that's going on really a lot every single day. Sometimes we're getting our hands in bags of food, and bags are what they call food, that we should not be putting in our mouth whatsoever. I'll just give you a little synopsis of what happens when animals become deficient in mineralization. Why do people who raise horses, people who feed horses and cattle every day, they'll put mineral blocks or put minerals in their feed. And what happens a lot of times is these animals will begin to chew on the barn. They'll begin to chew on their stalls. They'll just tear up a barn whenever they become mineral deficient. They call it a situation called pica and cribbing. And pica and cribbing is not only a problem in the animal kingdom. Our cellular system is made up of the same type of a structure to where you and I become, manifesting symptoms of pica and cribbing. Well, we're too intellectual for going outside and chewing on the barn. What we do is we'll go buy or get a bag of chips, and we'll eat potato chips and salt and grease until we get to some form of satiation to the brain that says, hey, enough's enough. And so this mineral deficiency will drive you to eating things that you know in your mind is absolutely incorrect. It should not be going in your mouth, but we go chewing on just about anything to kind of satiate that desire for the mineralization. Okay, so minerals first, vitamins second. But, hydration is very much a big part of our regimen. We've got Miracle H2O, and it's a super water enhancer, hydration, super hydrant. And so it affects the molecules in any body of water in a gallon that we put it in. So anywhere from 6 drops to a full squirt of that solution is going to signature every molecule in that water, in that jug of water. So use distilled water, use a good clean water source, put that superhydrant in there, and it's going to create the ability for that gallon of water to become a super intracellular hydrant. So please do not become dehydrated. And if you know you are, you think you are, and if you're having symptoms that are unseemingly, check your water and your hydration first. Anybody out there on the over-the-road highways that are truck drivers, a lot of truck drivers do not like to drink a lot of solutions because it's an inconvenient fact for them to have to stop the truck and go to the restroom all the time. I encourage you truck drivers, whatever you got to do to go in your truck or have a way to urinate, just do it. Just do not, buy into the lie that you don't need to hydrate. You have to hydrate, or you will begin to suffer the symptoms of the majority of truck drivers on the over-the-road highways, okay? So anyway, that's just a little tidbit. I worked with truck drivers for years, and so I know what they suffer from. Ciaga product that we have it's an incredible antioxidant formula, Ciaga, made up of 3 different ingredients. The chaga mushroom, which has been considered a gift from God and a mushroom of immortality, has the highest ORAC scores known, since they've been doing ORAC value measurements. It's the highest on the chart that's ever been recorded. And so we also have black cumin, which if you pull up black cumin online, you can read of all the studies, the cancer studies. It's an amazing ingredient for helping our bodies overcome some of these challenges. And also we have licorice root as the 3rd ingredient in that product. And that ingredient alone goes back thousands of years since they've been recording using it. Rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, cancer, chronic fatigue syndrome, tuberculosis, neurological disorders, healthy skin, healthy hair, dental problems, immune defense. Okay, so what we have in 3 ingredients combined together, creating a synergism of medicinal herbal power and antioxidant power and antiviral, antibacterial, anti-cancer, anti-whatever power that sometimes we cannot get any other way. And so please try to get on some Ciaga, use it every day, start benefiting from that as well. We also kind of tapped into the nanoparticle, the nanotechnology of negative ions. And so this was kind of a new field for me. It's becoming a big deal right now. And so when you take one of our nano cards that have anywhere from to 7,000 negative ions in a location on your body, it can actually put enough negative ions right through the skin area into an inflamed area that tissue is loaded with positive ions. So you can actually turn the switch off and sometimes absolutely instantly feel pain relief. So we're getting so many comments on the ability of that nanocard and what it can do for you. So get some of those right away if you're suffering from maybe a circulation problem in your feet, if you have feet pain, if you have some imbalances in your walking, if you're dizzy or whatever. Try to get some negative ions in your body, just keeping them close to you every day. And not only that, folks, it will help diffuse a lot of EMFs that are coming in. We're being exposed to a lot of electromagnetic fields. And so try to keep nanocards with you, on you in some fashion. It will help diffuse and deter some of the negative effects of EMFs as well. We have a mineralizer product that helps to restore soil back to a real pristine mineralized soil, and we're seeing vegetation, we're seeing flowers, just explosive in their harvest. I just cannot believe it. I've not experienced huge gardening yet. I haven't had my spring garden put out yet, but I'm going to be using that this year, so I'm hoping to see some of the similar results that other people are getting when it comes to an incredible harvest in their gardens. And so it'd be just a great thing in the future if we could ever help America restore their soils, and I know that product could do that. So you just never know where the mineralizer product's going to go for agriculture, but we're very excited about having that product at our disposal right now. But I think I've covered most. Other than the shower and shave product is incredible because you want to eliminate chemicals out of your bathroom. All your cleaning agents that have cancer-causing ingredients, you need to eliminate those. We have the Enviro 360 that can replace all your cleaning products. We have the shave and shower for shampooing your hair, which I do love absolutely. And so try to get those Enviro products in your house, replace the chemicals, just get rid of them, and then that's just one step ahead of getting rid of all the things that cause even more problems in our bodies. So I can't believe, John, that I forgot the Pure Nature's Nutrients, because that product alone has features in it: growth factors, antibodies, immunoglobulins, lactoferrin. These are ingredients that just are not found any other place, any other way. But what they have found over the many years of studying is the fact of how it balances our autoimmune response. And so if you're having autoimmune over-response issues and inflammation and pain, maybe symptoms of arthritic symptoms, rheumatoid, these type of things sometimes are the autoimmune system over-responding, folks, just attacking your body. All you got to do is start using a product like this that can modulate the immune response, and then the body can do miraculous things to heal itself. Okay, so try to get on the Pure Nature's Nutrients as soon as possible. If you haven't tried it, the miracle is right around the corner if you can get that product in you, every single day consistently, and that is the key. So we have the vehicle. Of course, we talk about, income and rewards and all of these things for our members. We're very different, John. And as we talk about the different business models, we're so different. I've had so many people call me that have been in the home business industry saying, what makes you different? You say you're different, but what makes you different? Well, you know what? We, as a membership company, there's no business investments. There's none of that are always being introduced, by other companies. We don't have any of that. And we, as just a membership company, we are literally a company, and the members are the customers. And we, as a company, get to share with you the rewards any way we like, any way we so desire, and we don't even fall under the same regulations as all these other companies. We want to share with you the maximum amount of money that we possibly can. And like John said, we can either spend millions of dollars in advertising, or we can share millions of dollars with our members. Okay, so we just enjoy doing this form of business a lot more than just throwing away advertising dollars hoping to sell a bottle. But you know what? I think one phrase really comes to mind right now that is a very effectual and very meaningful, excuse me, and that is we can always make a buck, but it's very difficult, folks, to make a difference. And this free mart model, we really want to make a difference. We want to continue to grow in this business model, so not only to just make reward money and not only to see wealth shared throughout the members, but we want to make a huge difference in your life. We want to make a huge difference in your plan B, because, folks, you need a plan B. And just like we heard yesterday, we understand the motivations and the evil forces out there that are always trying to pull us in various different ways, trying to get our money, trying to get insurance money, trying to get kickbacks, for whatever. But you need a plan B. You need to know what you're going to do. You need to, if you're going to incur this situation, what is your plan B? And I really want to continue to grow myself, as I know you do too, John, and when it comes to being knowledgeable and knowing what to do with our own nutritional health lifestyle. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Brad. And I think it's important for folks to know that we have a combined 80 years in the nutritional industry, but even then, we don't rely upon only our own wisdom when looking for products and formulas. We openly admit that no amount of education and experience can bring us to the most perfect products. And if I were on the outside looking in, I would want to know that those at the top of the company were praying collectively and individually for wisdom and guidance to guide the direction of Free Mart. And you even admitted that you're not a mastermind and don't know everything, and I appreciate the fact that you are humble, Brad, and that your heart is pure when it comes to serving the Free Mart members and doing what's best for them. And I just want the folks here today to know that every decision that we make is always weighed against the best interest of our members. We're always we're always on the lookout for anything that can benefit our member base. Already we have the best lineup of products that I've seen assembled in one company, and there are some of the other great products right now that are being formulated as we speak. Free Mart is a young horse in the $1 trillion nutritional race. I have no doubt that we will have a very strong finish, and for those that are here with us early, they obviously have the opportunity to have the greatest impact or reach the most people. Very few people have heard about Free Mart, but that is fixing to change. So if you want to reach your friends before somebody else does, folks, now is the time to get serious. We've been talking about other companies that are pay to play. Isn't that the way it goes? You have to pay to play. You have to pay to play the lottery. You have to pay to go to the casinos. You have to pay to play in all of the different companies out there, and you're forced to do things that are uncomfortable that you wouldn't otherwise do if it wasn't for the fact that you could get a paycheck for doing it. Folks, none of that here. Nobody can get hurt at Free Mart. You can freely go out and share this opportunity with your friends because it's just so clean and so simple. Really, I like to say we're bringing honor to business. When I've been, for 52 years in the industry, a lot of that time was really spent looking for an honorable company. Yes, we found companies that we thought were better than others, but none of them really fit the bill. And I think what people are seeing in Free Mart, those that have been involved with home-based business, they're really seeing for the first time a company that's doing everything right. So I don't take credit for that. I'm just a cog in the wheel here, if you will. My desire is just to do the right thing for you, the right thing for myself, the right thing for everybody. Let's just all live the golden rule, treat others the way that we want to be treated. We can make the world a better place to live, starting right here at Free Mart. So back to you, Brad.
And that's really the golden rule I love. I love to be treated with respect, and I love to be treated like I'm a friend. I love to be treated by other people like, I have some of the answers, right? We all like to feel like we're needed in this world. And when people, and this really comes into identity, John, when it comes to who are we? Who are you as a Free Mart member? Our identity gets to be like identified as what we do, how we treat people, and really in a true sense when it comes to nutrition, in this world of nutrition and the body's demand for it, you can actually become identified by people around you in your sphere of influence. You can become that person that they identify as, hey, this person has studied this. This person is a product of the product. They live their life committed to this lifestyle. And so over the years, people just now, I mean, they just call, me. I'm sure they do you too. They just call me. They want to talk about nutrition, different angles, different products they can use. And I love that, and that forms relationships. But we also, that becomes your identity. There's an old saying that we heard a long time ago, is that a flower that's often transplanted cannot grow. So my encouragement to you today and my call of action to you all today, and especially all you new members out there, don't be often transplanted. Dig your heels in here. You don't have to go through all of the, jumping through hoops and all the things that we've done over the years. We've eliminated all of the objections. We've eliminated all the reasons why you don't want to do this. You don't have to worry about all those things. We've made it simple. You can make money whether you've placed an order or not. You don't have to buy products here to earn your rewards, okay? Okay, so as you refer other people, no matter what, you're going to get paid when they place an order, whether they buy the product today or next year. Okay, so they're forever connected to you for as long as we all live. So, I like to say forever, but, nothing lasts forever, I guess, in this world. But one thing's nice. We, as we continue on, the legacy can keep being passed on to your families. Okay, just keep that in mind. And that's why I'm here, too. We have a long-term goal, and I really want this to be my last hurrah. I know John wants this to be his last hurrah. There's a lot of people on the phone today that really feel Free Mart is their last hurrah. So if you haven't joined, please do so right away. Get back with the person who maybe referred you to the call, and go right on their website and push Join Free. At least get your name on the docket, if you will. Sign the form. Very simple. Choose the website name that you would like to use. It'll be free-mart.com / whatever name you decide to use, and that'll be your identity. And so anybody you refer to your site will be forever connected to your username, your URL. So that's how you get paid, and that's how it's tracked. And so get on the products if you haven't tried them. Hopefully today has been super educational, informational, and we always want to share something new and fresh. I know sometimes that gets redundant, each day, but we know that the repetition is the mother of all skill. So the more you hear it, the more it'll become a part of you. You'll always be able to recollect it or recall what we've shared over the time, each day. And so, but yeah, we want to invite all of you to get your spot right away, because our launching period is coming. And we're growing like crazy right now, so it's going to be really exciting when we really get kicked off. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We'll be here the same time tomorrow. And invite a friend and let us help you in that way too. Have a great Free Mart day. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and God bless.